acting tip number 16, the eyeline. So you hear many people talking about eyelines, and sometimes in your auditions. What your eyeline really is you're going to be given a point of focus away from the camera field during a drama section where you'll be engaging in the drama in your scene with the other actor and getting the space in between you and the other actor, who's called the reader, to become active. That's what I call it. So there's a circle in between you and the other actor, and you need to energize that circle and make it become active. But you never look in the camera barrel, you're looking at the other actor. Now, if, as sometimes happens, the reader, which could be somebody who's in that television series, or it could actually be just an actor who's come to read with you, if they stray away from the camera out here this way, then what the camera is actually seeing when you're acting with them is the side of your face, the side of your eyes. Your eyes are there to be seen. And so guide that person right back to camera left or right where they should be. Because the closer your eyes are to the camera, the more flattering it is. We need to see your eyes because we need to see your expressions. So knowing your angles can be the difference between getting a job and not getting a job. I remember some auditions happening in the studio in Ponsonby that I had for a TV series in Wellington. I think it was The Strip, but we saw a couple of different actors. One of the actors got the role, or I was doing the camera, I think, or was Paulus doing the camera, and he told me the story, I can't remember, but one of the actors of the two that were favourites for one of the main roles had a camera awareness, knew about his angles, and the other one didn't. And they were both excellent actors. And the one that didn't lost out because he wasn't camera aware. One of the things about being camera aware is to understand this is your field of action is here. You're here to be seen. You're here to be seen and you're here to be heard. You're a communication machine. If you drop your eyes and you think downwards in your scene, well, I told you so. You look down. You're dead for that moment where your eyeline is down. If you deliver your line, I love you too, then you look up. We can see you thinking, but you're looking up. And that's just a little tip. Always look up, never look down. We need to see your eyes. You need to be aware of where your eyes are in relation to the camera. You need to, sorry it sounds a bit cliche, but you need to make friends with that camera. The camera has to be an extension of you, and you have to not be afraid of it, because it is your job. If you're an actor, it's your job to work that camera, as it is to work the boards when you're on the theatre. It is a job to work those boards, work that audience, have that audience. You hear actors say sometimes, well, coming off of the stage after a play, I had them in the palm of my hand. And I remember that feeling too, a while ago now, but I remember that feeling of I had them they were eating out of my hand, because it's an energy thing. You actually had the audience. You knew you were in your power, you were in your center, you were in that character, and you knew that you had that. You've got to have it. You've got to have those techniques. You've got to understand where the camera is when you're shooting. It cuts out a lot of hassle with editing. It cuts out a lot of boring things that the director has to say to you about your angles, because you already know. And how do you know, especially if you've been to a theatre-based drama school, you know now, because I'm telling you now, but you know through practicing, you know how watching yourself on screen. And you also know where you look best. I noticed in the first 10 tips that, I was tired anyway, but I noticed that the camera angle that I had was highlighting my puffy eyes. And so we changed the camera angle. Hopefully they don't still look puffy. They probably do, but so you understand that is your job, to come across the best as you possibly can. Not to get paranoid about how you look, but just to understand you're there to be seen. Thank you.